Good morning, children. We'll begin this morning's class from where we stopped the last time. We had stopped at fixed cost and variable cost. If you remember, we had done, there are explicit and implicit cost, money cost and real cost, private cost and social cost, and the fourth is fixed cost and variable cost. Today we will begin from fixed cost and variable cost. So fixed cost, you can write down, in the short run, a firm employs two types of factors of production, that is fixed factors and variable factors. First, fixed cost or supplementary cost. Fixed cost or supplementary cost. In this you write, fixed cost does not change with the level of output. These are the expenses incurred on fixed factors of production. Fixed cost is only present in the short run and not in the long run. For example, rent for the factory building, insurance premiums, salaries of permanent employees, etc. So these have to be paid and they are paid regularly. That is the rent for the building, insurance premium whenever it is due, salaries of fixed employees. These are all fixed costs. Variable cost. Variable cost changes directly with the level of output. These are the expenses incurred on variable factors of production For example, purchase of raw materials, wages of casual labor, wages of casual labor, power and fuel expenses, power and fuel expenses. This cost is known as direct cost or avoidable cost, or avoidable cost. Now we come to short run cost curves. Short run cost curves. Short run refers to a period of time in which the fixed factors cannot be changed. If a firm wants to change the output, then it can only change the variable factors of production. There are three short run cost curves. First, total cost curves. Total cost curves in short run. The second is average cost curves. Average cost curves in the short run. And the third is marginal cost. Marginal cost. We will take the first one, total cost curves in the short run. There are three concepts. There are three concepts related to total cost in the short run. The first is total fixed cost. First, total fixed cost. Second, total variable cost. Total variable cost. And third, total cost. There are three concepts related to the total cost in the short run. First is the total fixed cost, second is the total variable cost, and the third is the total cost. Let us take the first one, total fixed cost. In the short period Cost incurred on fixed factors is known as total fixed cost. This cost does not change with the level of output. Example, suppose we have output here and total fixed cost 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's say the cost is 12. It will remain 12 for all the output level. Total fixed cost remains constant, that is 12 for the entire range of output. And when we draw this on graph, if we take the output here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and on the y-axis, if we take the total fixed cost, let's say 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 4, 8. This is the total fixed cost. You see, we will get a straight line, horizontal line, because the fixed cost for all the outputs will be the same. So the total fixed cost is a straight line parallel to the horizontal axis. The total fixed cost curve is a straight line parallel to the horizontal axis, indicating, what is it indicating? The same output amount of fixed cost, the same output amount of fixed cost at every level of output. The shape of the curve is a horizontal parallel line indicating the same output amount of fixed cost at every level of output. So TFC is constant. Coming to the second one, the average cost curve. In the short run, the cost incurred on variable factors is termed as total variable cost. Total variable cost changes directly with the level of output. Rising as more is produced and falling as less is produced. So we see here the total variable cost for output 10 to 5, 0, 9, 16, 18, 0, 9, 16, 18, then 22, 30. Now we will see the variable cost. 0 is 0, 1 is 9, somewhere here, 2 is 6, 0, 9, 18, 22, and 22 is here and 30. Joining these points, bringing it down, we get the PVC curve. PVC curve starts from the origin from 0. It shows that at the beginning, PVC rises at a diminishing rate, and later on it rises with an increasing rate. So we have output over here, and this is the total variable cost. Third, total cost. Total cost of production is the sum total of all expenditures incurred by the producer on the factors of production in producing a given quantity of a commodity. In the short run, PC comprises of PFC and PVC, that is total fixed cost and total variable cost. It is the sum of PFC and PVC. So, taking this only example, our fixed cost was 12. Total cost is PFC plus PVC, PFC plus PVC. So the summation of this is 12, 21, 28, 30, 34, 42. Draw it. Total cost. We will increase this. Thirty, 34, 38. We need to go to 42. 34, 38. Just writing this out. Alright. Okay, plotted. 0 is 12. 1 is 21. Okay, here. 2 is 28. Okay, here. 3 is 30. 3 is 30. Here. 4 is 34. 4 is 34. And 5 is 42. Okay. Now join the points. This is the TC. What do you see? TC begins from above the origin. The origin is 0. PVC begins from the origin, but TC begins from above the origin. Why? Because TC is the sum of PFC plus PVC. So TVC begins from the point of origin, whereas the TC curve starts from above the origin. It starts from 12. This is the only difference between PFC, TC, and PVC. TFC, of course, is a horizontal straight line. PVC begins from the point of origin, and TC begins from above the origin. Okay, so that was the first total cost curves, TFC, PVC, and TC. Coming to the second. What was the second? Average cost curves in the short run. Average cost curves in the short run. Okay. The main short run averages are KFC, AFC, that is average fixed cost. Second, average variable cost. And third, average cost. Average variable cost, and thirdly, average cost. Take the first one. Average fixed cost. Average fixed cost refers to per unit fixed cost of production. It can be obtained by dividing total fixed cost by the quantity of output. So AFC is equal to TFC, total fixed cost, upon Q. It can be obtained by dividing the total fixed cost by the quantity of the output. So if I use total fixed cost, which was 12 in all the cases, average fixed cost would be total fixed cost upon Q. 12, 6, 3, 4, 5 to the 10, 25. AFC would be 5 to the 10, 5 to the 10. You can plot it. Output 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is your output. And your average fixed cost you can take in 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Average fixed cost. Plotted output is 0, is nothing. 1 is 12. 2 is 6. 3 is 4. 4 is 3. And 5 is 2 point something. Join the points. Average fixed cost. Average fixed cost falls with an increase in output. Average fixed cost falls with the increase in output because of the constant TFC. Okay. We are running out of time. So we must stop here because time doesn't permit us to go on. However, we shall continue the remaining tomorrow. Till then, all of you have a nice day and be safe.